Welcome! You ever wondered what it'd be like to time travel with guns? Today, we'll be defeating Shogunate Japan with guns, but not any guns. Guns from the 19th century. Thanks to a cool little mod called Nippon's Restoration, you can play a Tomo with modern units, and oh boy, is it fun! I'll be playing the hard domination campaign for this one, which means I need to capture 60 provinces, including 10 key provinces across the Empire of Japan. So the rules that I'm playing is that I can only use the Fall of the Samurai units, excluding the trade ship obviously, so I can still bloody trade. But yeah, only the land units and only the navy from Fall of the Samurai, which means my armies get expensive. They are not cheap in this game. Even fielding levies is expensive. But I guess that's the mark-off for having OP troops in the 16th century of Shogunate. Starting off with the Otomo clan for the units, obviously this is an awesome starting region confined to just a small island with only two of our neighbours at war with us, here and here. Because of the power of Christianity, it scares the Shogunate. We are hated a lot by all. The starting enemy clans are these two, the Orochi and the Shoni. I started off by disbanding all units that weren't a part of my rules. This left me with very little in terms of any army. The start of this was very boring. The first few turns was nothing but preparations of building an army, moving some advisors around, selecting what masteries I wanted. With this mod, everything researches in a day, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And yeah, so nothing really happens in these first couple of turns until I start to go to siege with another faction, just trying to build up military might. The first fight came when a town that I was sieging, their army decided to sally out to face mine. A great mistake. An army just filled with levies against sticks and arrows. It's not a very smart idea. It doesn't go very well for them. I set my troops up in one big long line. The more guns facing the enemy, the better. With my units set up, started the battle and waited for the enemy to come to me. Once I realised where they are, which direction they're coming from, moved some units around and just waited until the slaughter started. But first, a fun fact. Guns kill. Guns go through armour. Doesn't matter how much armour you got. Guns will kill you, especially cannons. You will die. There is no avoiding it. So, yes. Guns very overpowered when all your enemies just have sticks and stones. The cool thing about guns is that it scares the enemy. They break very easy. You don't have to kill them all, but they will break very easy. It's great. And sometimes it just requires consistent movement. As you can see, a couple of those enemies broke. Barely even touched them. With that battle ending in my ultimate victory, I decided to occupy the town. Never, ever in Shogun 2, press the loot button. That is the worst decision anyone could ever make. Following my victory there in that province, the first enemy province, I didn't really have to worry about that. Them sending an army at me, because I just destroyed it for a little bit. So the next couple of turns is just sorting out things, sorting out the public order in this place, and also making friends, making a couple of trade agreements, and making allies so I don't get backstabbed, because I learnt this the hard way, especially towards the later of the campaign. You'll see. I made a couple of stupid mistakes. I did it like 3 times. I'm making friends, and then I got stabbed because they hated me. Following the next couple of turns, finally decided to siege this final town, like the final city in this enemy clan. Destroy this clan once and for all. So it turns out the units that I'm using, not very good at melee range, especially on attacks. Especially in attacks and sieges. That's why I'd rather them sally out. But we get to see an attack, finally. I don't have many defense ones, because it's kind of boring, and it's just too easy, but yeah. Look at this attack one, it's fucking stupid. Ah yes, run straight into my bullets. Perfect. Those enemies dealt with, it was finally time to yell at my troops the word up. Or should I say, climb. Turns out, gun units, not very good for climbing. For melee, I lost a whole unit. Not very good, but they're levies. They're peasants with guns. Fuck them. Send them to the meat grinder. With that battle won, it was time to look at how it costed us. 3 units destroyed and 2 more nearly destroyed. Acceptable casualties. With that battle won, that means we could occupy the city, therefore destroying the only enemy on our island. Now we just got about the other one to worry about. By year 1552, we finally unlocked the powder market, which allows access to us building our very first cannons. Those cannons were then used to defeat our last enemy at the time, taking a very, very long time with a lot of turns to finally get the first two starting enemies out of the road. I do more dicking around while I just waste time away. 3 years later, the saga clan's dealt with on our island and we finally push on to another one, going up to the Chiboki clan. By this point I had a lot of momentum and was starting to steadily steamroll through and through. This would inevitably speed up my process in taking all of Japan. Yeah, so at one point during a couple of the turns, I ended up going to war with Edo clan, the neighbours to myself that were friendly, backstabbing little cunts. Finally dealt with them by the year of 1959, same as well as the island that the Chesapeake faction laid their eyes on. Now I started to plan my next move towards the mainland. My first course of action was to declare war on these guys and their little alliance, which was also the same faction that held the olden time Tokyo, Kwaito, however it's pronounced, which is now modern time Tokyo. So we steamrolled through them, no problems. They were very underwhelmed. By this point, everything was just auto-solve and continue on. Now we do we're doing our assault on Koto, the faction holding it, and we plan to take this place ourselves. Of course, being, one of the major things I needed to do in this campaign, I played out the battle, and it was extremely boring. So I was using cannons the entire time to basically just destroy the enemy army and make them rout. It was not very entertaining. By the end of it, with the enemy starting to rout, obviously clear victory for us. Even their reinforcements were not able to do anything. We lost, I think, around like the 280 troops. We'll see in a second anyways. But yeah, like, it was just straight done, slice of victory. Destroyed the entire enemy army, captured the point, like the city sort of thing. So peacefully occupied it. And yeah, now this is where shit goes bad, because now every other country every other clan just hated us, and I ended up getting backstabbed by one of my allies, and dude, it's not good. So by 1562, finally started moving on towards the northern side of the island, start pushing on those clans there, and just slogs through. You'll see later on, but I made the mistake of vassalling some land, just because by the end of this campaign, you'll see that every second turn, my public order was in the negatives by like about 1 billion, and every province was rioting like awesome. Yeah, so right in this year, 1564, they break the trade agreement and declare war. Awesome. Just now I have to turn around and build another army out of thin air that I can't even afford. As you can see, I'm negative 389 bucks. Like, or more than that, I can't actually read that. Like, it's just not gotten good. It was a slog. It was a very annoying slog trying to finish off this campaign. After a couple of years, I had actually finally started to make massive progress on the north side, almost completely killing a faction, and there's a few vassals been made, and I've also almost finished completely off that Amiko clan that traded and that betrayed me and stabbed me in the back trying to take my land. So yeah, it's now 1565, thousands of dollars in the negatives every turn, and every other turn looks like this. Yep, every second turn is just me spam clicking the close button on all the mounting unrest across my entire faction. At this point, I'm starting to clean up all of the vassals that I created, because they were just one by one declaring war against me and just being a genuine pain in my fucking ass. There was also just one clan, I can't remember what clan it was, that is still left alive. I'm almost there to full domination, had already achieved the long campaign victory. Now I'm just slugging it out for this last little bit. By about turn 90 something, I don't know, I finally auto-resolved the last remaining clan faction, just got a vassal left to deal with. My plan for this very last battle was to just get it over and done with. I just basically charged up all the infantry up to the thing, which are just all levies anyways, it's not levy army, so who cares? And then use the cannons to soften up everything, and then just bum rush the infantry in.
Their general has fallen.
Ah, fucking finally. Fucking finally! Full campaign map is ours. Oh my god. I've never hated life more. Holy fuck! Finally this fucking... Oh man. That's it. That's the entire map conquered by bringing 19th century guns to 16th century Japan. Total turns, 95. Oh, it's the way you do it. It's the way you do it. Absolutely smashed this out. As you can tell, I was so excited to have this thing done. It took forever. I was glad to have it over. Anyways, it's a bit different to what I normally post, but I hope you guys enjoy. I want to do more of things similar, and I'm thinking about doing a militia-only Empire Total War run. So let me know if people would like this.